It's my really honor to be amongst such a erudite panel here. Uh, the topic which you have chosen is very close to my heart, uh, especially about thinking and doing something in education. So I have some experience for last 20 years. I've been working this as a just as a hobby, as a by profession. I'm a chartered accountant, and within that, my specialization is the valuation. So that gives me the understanding of the various businesses across the country, across the globe, understand the economy, how it functions. And within that, I see how we are basically as a system which India provides for education helps us in going through and achieving what we set a target to. So I'll just tell you that principally our education system is what we are doing unfortunately is not meeting the requirements of the industry. That is a fact. The reason is very clear. The way we deliver the teaching, I give you the sequence which you give you the idea that what exactly we are doing. We have a targeted curriculum. Then you have a the curriculum for the teachers, what you deliver it, and then you have what is learned curriculum. So the taught curriculum, the learned curriculum, and the intended curriculum. You see there is a gulf, there is a huge gap, and that's the reason why we have around 20 plus crore people today in category I call it as a net. So net, a full form of not in employment, not in education, and then not in training. And that age group is from 18 to 25. This is the age group where you would be contributing tremendously to the economy. Those people are just moving across without any idea. So therefore, the education system without an objective, I don't know what exactly I'm supposed to achieve. And you are only targeting to some government job. I really feel very sorry for those large number of students. When there will be a vacancy in railway, when there will be a vacancy from state government, and then they are preparing in crores, and the people are minting money, and ultimately obviously, no economy, not in this government, I'm talking about no economy of the world can address this issue. So, what is the big gap we are seeing today is not focusing on economic well being, we are focusing on economic development. So, there is a big gap here. Similarly, not focusing on physical well being, we are focusing more on a physical education, if at all there is. So, therefore, all these two combined together is missing in our mission of achieving the objective. And therefore, the main resources of the country, the young and youth, which you keep on talking, is not contributing to the economy. So you can't address the problem of employment. For last 2 years, I've been working intensively in this area to understand how do we address the employment issue. You can't unless you understand exactly what is required there. You need a lot of opportunity maker who can bridge between the education and the employment. To give you an example, the way we deliver the education, take accountancy education, 90% of the time and the questions which are being set right from class 10 to class maybe even graduation level, you are trying to find out the missing figures. There is hardly focus on interpretation. You don't understand what is being communicated. In fact, the one who prepares the financial statement, they also know what they're writing. Forget about the one who's basically supposed to interpret it. The result is a complete mess in the society. Our economic system, you can see somebody who understands misuses and misuses tremendously. Similarly, in education, what is missing is I classify because I work on this area of behavioral finance, which is really is an emerging area. Unfortunately, in India, we do not have that skill set right now at that level. Why I'm saying so? Because you have people who I call them are basically skilled but still conscious, unskilled people. How can we convert those people into a unconscious mode where they can do things without any direction? We have chartered accountant engineers who come on the floor. They need to be guided all the time to do a particular job which they are supposed to do it. They are so mechanical nowadays. And in this pandemic, my experience with the doctors, not one or two, but number of them. They are too mechanical. They have no understanding of how, what exactly they are doing. And that's the problem we have faced. And of course, last 20 years, I have done a lot of work with the hospitals, came very close to doctors, engineers, and realized the gap. So what I'm saying, if you want to tap this uh, potential of this country in terms of youth, in terms of youngster, we need to change our education system. With this education system, I doubt we'll be matching, because if I remember correctly, look at that, how many people we have in R&D of a pharmaceutical company today in India, and how many millions of rupee we incur as an expenditure. But what is the molecule discovery right now in India available for last 30, 40 years? None. Because the people who are doing in R&D, they're taking money, they're not capable. Second, when we talk about the education, I have two set of people. One who are able and they are getting all infrastructure in place and where they're getting all facilities. And what about those, we are system to those people who are left behind in the society? That number is very large. I'm giving an example. Suppose a person who tries for IIT goes for AIMS, and what if he just missed out by 1 or 2 marks? I mean, it is the marks-based system. And are we not responsible for those loss of talent? Where is the institution? Where is the opportunity where I can go and choose the subject of my own interest? If I try to find out today a combination of a psychology, a mathematics, and an economics, a deadly combination for today's financial world to be an expert, if I'm guided, I'm not going to get in India. So this is on the top level and at the bottom level. Bottom level, we have a road system of learning, a guy who's more on the numbers, you are dictated based on the marks, your entry in top educational institution is based on your how much you have scored. It has gone to now 100% scoring. Fortunately, I come from a very humble background, but I have got opportunity to talk best of the best in the country. I've taught to people from Sri Lanka, I've taught people in Stephens, I've taught in IITs also. And I know very well what exactly is happening there. If that be the case, that the tag of the institution is the destiny of a person in this country, you are literally playing with the talent. You are literally playing with the talent and you are destroying people in long way. I can give you an example. When one of my student, he was a student of Syamlal College. He went into the interview after qualifying charter accountancy. He went up to 3 levels of interviews. 3 levels of interview. He was through, written and all interview. The final level came in. The guy came out with the list, the hirer, and he says that, where is this Syamlal College in Delhi? So say, sir, Syamlal College in the East Delhi, but this is not in my list. And he was thrown out. Why? Because he had got education in a Syamlal College. Then I told him, look, this is the difference between Syam and then Sri Ram. If you would have been a Sri Ram student, you would have got the opportunity, but don't lose heart. I'll walk with you. We walk with the logic part of his, the reasoning part of his, the analytical part of his. 1 year down the line, Olam International from Singapore hired him for 1.5 crore rupees. But how many this kind of a talent is destroyed in this country because of the background which you create, the tag. If this tag is so important, my suggestion to this government would be, you have thousands of Sri Ram College in this country, but don't allow people who wants to study of that level of this. Allow everybody that opportunity. Let there be a fierce competition. If any society, any educational institution is not supporting the talent, I don't think that we are doing the justice with the system. The same people who are so average in India, if they go outside India, they become top class. Because the system support them, they allow them to flourish, they give them the opportunity. The next thing I'm telling, because this is opening remarks, and I hope all other panelists will have their own views, and we can discuss more on that. Next area of the education which I find missing in this country is hardly there is any focus on the practicality part of the education system. We even look at the comment which is coming about the vaccine. This country, you take my word, I forecast, that's my job is, and the forecasters are always known to go wrong 100%. If 5% or 2%, if I am correct, it could be coincident, but this is our job and I do it. My take is this country destiny is how quickly we go for vaccination and complete the vaccination for the whole country. That is linked with the economic performance, and that also is linked with my employment and everything else together, all ecosystem. The problem is the way we have taught people, our education system. Look at that, what is happening with the vaccine, the kind of theory, the myths which are available in the market, creating a trouble. That is a part of the basic education. We are not taught about our own body. We do not know. In fact, during pandemic, people came to know more about what is chronic, and I can still get I can survive. I don't have to go to the hospital. So you do not know about your own body. You do not understand about the system. You do not understand about the economy which you are operating in. What you are being taught? Nothing. You are being taught something not related with the practical part of that. So I would focus in education where people are taught more about what is the utility of this and how I'm going to match the world if I have to deliver on the services. Coming last point to giving in a commerce education today, new accounting system that we call it accounting standard was adopted and agreed by Dr. Manmohan Singh way back in before 2010. Even today, our university curricula, including commerce education, class 10, 12, they are still teaching the 20 years back accounting system, which is no relevant into the society. So what will happen to those students? They will come suddenly into the world of accountant where the live situation is going to happen. I think we will miss out. And the one part I can tell you, the last two things we can focus. There is a dwindling number in the area of science. There is no end. Suppose you don't get, you don't qualify for some government education. The people who basically go through the science stream, I am a BSc, but by default I am a chartered accountant. Thank God I am the right place. But the others have no end. And where large pool of people, right? They all vie for going for economics, commerce, arts, and some humanity for looking something else. But science numbers are dwindling, and the good quality people are not coming. That is another trouble for this country in the long run. The last one I can tell you on the law side, Madam Gyan Sudha Misra ji is there, and I would say this is my another expertise area. Madam, in arbitration area, we have, I think, with this government coming in, Jain Singh ji would be very much aware, part of this system. The government worked very hard on reducing obstacles. And with this, they have been able to reduce obstacles in so many areas. And that's what we have moved on ease of doing. That's the reason why we are getting a lot of fund. The one area which is still very touchy, where India is ranked 160 plus, and that area is enforcing the contractual rights. We are lowest, I would say, in the world because the time, efforts, and the money it takes, it creates a big trouble for in the minds of investors. To give you two examples, and then I'll end my session here. The Singapore SIAT, Singapore International Arbitration Center map, 80% of their revenue comes from the Indian cases. Forget about the international cases. And that contributes around 30-40% of their GDP. So what I'm saying is that nobody is visualized. We have an International Arbitration Act available, but it's not been operationalized. We don't know how it is going to happen. Similarly, in some operational part in this country, we have so many processes and complicated. To give you example, RBI collects 2,500 types of returns and documents from a bank each year. Can you believe that? Nobody looks at those data. And today I got a call from my UK client. He was saying that 2 years back, ma'am, I have given advance money to a customer, to exporter in India. Somehow that he could not, deliver the services, and therefore that money was to be refunded back. This is lying at various stages of the system. And the group CFO was laughing. What is happening in this country? How can you hold back my money? I say, now in this country, we have a rule like this. So these are the some operational true level where we have to go and make sure that people like, why can't a graduate who's interested in becoming a IAS and boomerang and very erudite, well-known like Jane Singh's there, why can't a training provided at DM office so that he can understand what it takes about to become an IAS and what exactly is the role is. Suddenly a 22 years graduate goes and then becomes a administrative role without understanding the psychology part, the services part. The same missing is there for your doctors, same is for the chartered accountants. Nowadays, chartered accountants in the past, they were all known about the practical issues. But right now, online education is creating a big trouble because people like us who do not like to learn by sitting, by listening and watching, we just keep on moving and learn. Those people are literally in finished, they have no way to learn because this system is creating trouble for them. Yes, as a country, we have, I fully agree with you, Dr. Raman, that because of the low penetration of this your internet and then quality of internet, which even you can see Jhaji was talking from, I believe, from Ranchi, and still his quality was not good. So you ask those people also to file GST return, and people go on top on the tree to see that if some connectivity comes up. This is also state of affairs in somewhere in Rajasthan. So we need to address quickly this if you want to really build this economy. Of I don't know. I'm not into the number crunching of 5 trillion or 10 trillion. I'm looking for somewhere more than what as a country we are capable of. We are more than that. I'm very positive